in a roadside bar on the edge of town. I sat with a drink, just trying to settle down. Then you walked in, Lucille, with that familiar grace. But the warmth was gone from your eyes and face. You said you were tired of being alone, of waiting on love that never really came home. You wanted wings, not roots in the ground, but what you left behind still echoes around. Lucille, you left when I needed you most, when the fields were dry and we were losing the coast. I don't blame you for chasing something real, but why'd you go, Lucille, without saying how you feel? No, I ain't a saint, I've made my share of wrongs, but I held on for us, tried to stay strong. Now you're sitting here like nothing went wrong, but the fire we had's been out too long. Lucille, you left when I needed you most, when the nights were cold and I was barely a ghost. I don't blame you for walking away to heal, but you tore me into, Lucille, that's the deal. Now you say you're sorry, but time won't rewind. The harvest is gone and the well's gone dry. We're not the same folks from that faded scene. We're just names in a story that might have been. Lucille, you left when the sky turned gray, and now you return like it's just yesterday. I don't hate you, I just wish I could feel something more than silence for you, Lucille. So here's to the years, to the tears we conceal, to the love that once lived, and the hurt that's still real, Lucille.
I met him on a midnight train, wearing boots all worn and cracked, a dusty hat and eyes that said he'd never once look back. He poured a little whiskey, slid a card across to me, said, "Son, I've seen 1,000 hearts, and yours won't set you free." He lit himself a cigarette, the smoke hung in the air, and said, "You're carrying a memory like an old man wears despair. You're thinking about a woman, one you lost along the line, but pain don't pay no interest, boy, and time ain't ever kind." He said, "You gotta know when to hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card. I asked him how he knew her face was living in my head. He smiled just like the lonely dew and softly shook his head. Saw the way you grip that ring you keep inside your coat. That kind of love don't die, son, it just learns how to flow. He said you gotta know when to hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card. Then the train slowed down. He tipped his hat and stood. He said, son, don't chase the past, even if you think you should. He stepped out in the silence, and I never caught his name, but I still hear his voice each time the sorrow calls her name. You gotta know when to hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card.
Lit a smoke on that old porch swing, thinking about how we lost everything. You left your boots by the kitchen door, but you ain't walking through no more. I tried whiskey, I tried pride, but both just burned me up inside. All the songs we used to sing, now they don't mean a damn thing. Cause when you love somebody, it cuts like a knife that stays in your bones, keeps you up every night. You give them your heart, they walk away, but the pieces still begging to stay. Yeah, when you love somebody and they don't love you back, it hits like a train, you can't hold on the track. And the hardest part of losing ain't goodbye, it's learning how to breathe when you ain't by my side. I still see you in that Sunday dress, spinning around, you were heaven blessed. But angels fall and love runs cold, guess forever ain't what I was told. I tried moving on, even met someone, but a kiss don't feel like yours, not one. All that healing time's supposed to bring still don't change a damn thing. Cause when you love somebody, it cuts like a knife that stays in your bones, keeps you up every night. You give them your heart, they walk away, but the pieces still begging to stay. Yeah, when you love somebody and they don't love you back, it hits like a train, you can't hold on the track. And the hardest part of losing ain't goodbye, it's learning how to breathe when you ain't by my side. Someday I'll forget your name, but tonight, girl, it's still gasoline on the flame, on the flame. Cause when you love somebody, it don't let go. Even if you try, it still hurts your soul. You gave me your hand, then you took it away, and I'm left with words I didn't get to say. Yeah, when you love somebody and it all turns black, there ain't no road that ever them back. And the hardest part ain't tears that you cry, it's the silence that screams when love says goodbye.
I still keep your picture in the dash, and your hoodie in the backseat folded flat. Ain't touched your perfume, but it's still there, like a ghost of you hanging in the air. Ain't saying I'm still waiting around, but I ain't quite burned this memory down. Just in case you miss this town, just in case you turn around, just in case you find your way back to where we used to live. I still leave the porch light on, still play that heartbreak song, still check my phone, still lose my place, still hold space, just in case. Your coffee cup's still in the sink, and I still walk past it trying not to think about that morning you walked out slow, saying maybe someday, but I gotta go. I tell my friends I'm doing fine, but they all know that I still lie. Just in case you miss this town, just in case you turn around, just in case you find your way back to where we used to live. I still leave the porch light on, still play that heartbreak song, still check my phone, still lose my place, still hold a space, just in case. I'm a fool, maybe you moved on, but I still sleep on my side of the bed alone. And maybe one day I'll let it fade, but tonight I'm holding on anyway, just in case your heart still knows the road that leads back home. Just in case you need a sign, baby, I never closed that line. I still leave the porch light on, still pray that you ain't gone, still check my phone, still lose my place, still hold a space, just in case.
Dust on my boots, wind in my hair, a worn out map and a silent prayer. He said he'd wait, but time runs wild, and I ain't seen his face in a long, long while. Sunsets burn like a memory, every mile's a maybe. But I keep driving, heart still hoping, past the border signs that stay wide open. Somewhere over Laredo, where the Rio runs slow, I left my love with a cowboy soul. He kissed me once, then let me go. I can still hear his guitar play, like a lonesome wind that fades away. And if he's out there, Lord, I pray so, I'll find